Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming today, distinguished guests, members of the press corps. Before we begin, we'd like to take the blessings of Mr. Sri G. Venkateswamy Garu, who has been instrumental in starting Visaka Industries and bringing it to the fruitful company it is today. Thank you. So, today, on this beautiful Thursday morning, we're gathered here to see history in the making. There are some products which can change the domain of their sector, and you're going to see one such product today. But before we get to it, let's look at where we are as a planet and where we stand right now.
Earth, the planet we call home. It's been around for 4.5 billion years. Let that sink in for a second. And we've been here for a mere 200,000 years, and our population has erupted to 7 billion people. In that fraction of eternity, we have damaged the planet beyond recognition. From what we eat, to the things we build, to how we commute, to how we live. Which begs the question, have we made our future obsolete? So what is the price to pay for the rampant growth and development? Take a quick look at the facts and figures. At least a dozen species are going extinct every single day. It's the worst spate of species die-offs since the loss of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. The polar ice caps are melting at an alarming rate. The climate across the globe is drastically changing. Natural disasters don't seem to surprise anyone anymore. The ozone layer is depleting. And we're just going about our lives, totally oblivious to the harm we're causing. Our future generations will need a home. And if that home is to be this planet, we need to act now. Our current sources of energy are the chief destroyers of the planet. Our relentless pursuit of coal and crude oil is poisoning the very air we breathe. The land our kids play on is riddled with garbage. The water that we drink and use is getting dirtier by the day. Our dependency on fossil fuels is at the heart of what's dragging us down. The blessing in disguise is that we're running out of petrol, and we need to find newer avenues to fuel our energy needs.
Winning the environmental war will require a commitment far beyond any commitment ever made by any society in the history of man. Are we able? Yes. Are we willing? That's the unanswered question.
Luckily for us, it's not too late to realize our mistake and take a step towards a sustainable and cleaner planet Earth. We have at our disposal a source of energy that has been around longer than our planet has. Are we ready to make the smarter choice and energize our future?
It was a great video. Now, before we begin, I'd like to introduce someone who's been instrumental in starting Atum, who's been the brainchild behind this. I'd like to introduce the Joint MD and CEO of Visaka Industries, Mr. G. Vamshi Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Naveen. Morning to you all. And so happy to see such a large gathering today. Feeling very fortunate and very blessed. Just a note after the video. We see how bad things are. We see how things are getting. But no one chooses to act. It's one primary reason why our country, our nation, our world is in such a situation. We all want to do something. We all want to look at alternative methods, alternative uses of various things, energy mainly, which is bothering us today. We at Visaka Industries, we have one small idea. We have to look at problems and we have to find solutions for them. We need to be able to add valuable solutions. That means that the solution that we provide should not have another solution. We should find the proper solution for the existing problems. Just to take a look at how India is today, India needs a boost of about 55% of its energy requirements in the next couple of years. 240 million people in India still have no access to energy as we speak right now. Even after 70 years of independence, only 10 states are declared fully electrified. This is the state of our country, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, coal, gas is the primary resource energy. Solar and wind is near about 1 to 2% of our total consumption. If we continue to just go by, ignore what's happening, and don't pay attention to our surroundings, we may probably have to find another earth to look at. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a simple idea, and that's what we are here to show you. Thank you. So friends, Atum is a new product that we are launching from Visaka Industries. I thought of a lot of options about what to name the product, what makes sense. Visaka has started 30 years ago. We have a good legacy. We need to make something of that magnitude. We need to make an impact on society. But what we need to do to create such a large impact doesn't necessarily need to be something large in life. It can be as small as an atom. That's one of the major ideas that we got. Second is that Atum is a solar deity from Egypt. When all else fails, he's the last man standing and shining bright. That is what Atum represents to us. Elon Musk once said, some people don't like change, but you need to embrace it if the alternative is disaster. We are trying to do that in India here. And you must be thinking, I'm trying to talk too big or trying to make claims that are impossible to achieve. We have a small presentation for you to exactly show you what Atum is.
The energy sector is facing a paradigm shift. What we need is a viable, sustainable and affordable source of energy. A solution that powers our planet and lights up our lives. Presenting Atom, energized for tomorrow. The Atum Solar Roof is India's most efficient and economically integrated roofing system. So, what makes Atum so revolutionary? To start with, consider your life energized for the next 25 years. Add durability to that longevity. The Atom is so much stronger than it looks. Through harsh sunlight, which it loves, rain, sleet and hail, Atom is completely weather and fire resistant. Whoops! Oh, and it's virtually unbreakable. Now, let's talk energy and efficiency. What makes the Atom so cost-effective and efficient is the way it utilizes the space on offer. This helps in making our integrated you're making your roof work for you, which is just so great. Let's see how Atom fares against a traditional roof. Atom drastically cuts down on the dead load of the roof, thereby reducing costs. It also gives you a chance to have a terrace or an extra floor. Atom is extremely thermally efficient, which results in minimum heat transfer inside the building. It costs about the same as a traditional roof, plus a solar panel, so you don't spend any extra money, and your roof looks elegant and aesthetic. Now you know that the Atom is the best solar roofing system in the market. What do you do with all that energy that the Atom generates for you? Well, that's on you really. You could either send all that power back to the grid, or you could install a battery system to store the power and ensure that you never face a power cut again. And with the Atom app, the control of your power lies in the palm of your hands. So, what's the plan, you ask? Well, we want to make Atom a part of every residential, commercial and industrial complex in the country. It's the smarter choice for both your wallet and the planet. Shift to Atom. It's the brighter idea.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is the product, ladies and gentlemen. We've been working a lot in-house. We've done a lot of R&D. We've done a lot of brainstorming with various segments from the industry. The fundamental product is right here. We would like to invite Mr. G.V. Prasad on stage. I'd just like to say a few words about him. I actually have a couple of role models in my life, be it Elon Musk or Richard Branson. Not so much of Steve Jobs, but I still try to be in touch with his principles. And Mr. G.V. Prasad is one of them. I actually happened to have gone to a conference where he spoke. And he said when he was made an MD of his company, he said when he was walking down the aisle, people were standing up. And he didn't necessarily know why at the beginning. He asked himself the question, why am I doing this? Why should people stand up when I walk? It's just because of my tag. He said, no. I looked into my mirror and I said, why should everyone like me? Why should the people in the organization like me? Why should people want to follow me? And that somehow really struck me, Uncle. I think that really went down in some way in my mind. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to add value wherever possible, trying to touch upon things, make things which make sense. It's not just business, there should be a meaning and value to it. So, Uncle, please join me in unveiling. I would also like to invite my parents, Dr. G. Vivekanand and Mrs. Saroja. Without them, I wouldn't be here, so I would like them to come on stage and help me unveil this product. Go teacher. Class small. Mere. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you all. This is very cheap. So if you can just come and unveil the product, three of you. Maybe you can come from here. Yes, just, yeah. So this is how the roof looks in live demonstration. Hand mics. Like I would request, yeah. Balloon, so he wants to take a picture of the product. Thank you. I would like to request GV Uncle to say a few words, please.
Firstly, let me congratulate you, Vamshi, and of course Vivek. Vivek, you started with a roof and he added energy to the roof. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
You know, sustainability is an unstoppable trend. The whole world is becoming very aware of all the things that you mentioned. And as they define sustainability is the ability of the current generation to meet their needs without impacting the ability of future generations to meet their needs, right? So as you see, you know, the earth is already crossed its carrying capacity by 60%. And wherever you go, there's environmental disasters. As a politician, you should pick this up as a cause. I'm glad your son is doing a job in the environment. I hope as a leader you take this to the masses also. I'm also very impressed that you brought so much innovation at such a young age. And I'm sure you'll become as big as Elon Musk.
Thank you.
As you build your business through this unstoppable trend that solar energy is. So I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
And I'm very proud to be here. I'm very happy to be part of this wonderful launch. I wish you tremendous success and also impact in society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, request Dad and Mom to say 2 words. I'd like to request my uncle to come on stage. Mr. Vinod, please help us.
Friends, welcome to this program. Congratulations, Vamshi. When Vamshi developed this idea of having a solar roofing, I felt excited at that point of time. And I felt he should come up with a product which is economical, which the common man can use, and it should be a mass consumption product. So I think he's on the right lines, and he's been getting all kinds of certifications to see that this product is a good product, well accepted in the market, and going by what calculation he has done and how the product is going to be manufactured and all, I think for all the end users, it should be a payback in 3 to 4 years' time. So that's the kind of product he's developing. I'm very glad that he has come up with this product in a short span of time. And I always felt that that's been the strength of Visaka, that the people who have been working in Visaka have always contributed to the growth of this company Because I was a doctor of medicine. My father, Mr. Venkateswamy, had this urge that we should do something in business, and that's from where both my brother and me took off. And we are trying our best to fulfill the ideals which my father had laid for us. And one of the strengths has been the Visaka team, the culture in Visaka, and I definitely congratulate Vamshi for a smooth transition from me to him, and I think he has been able to do it. Congratulations, Vamshi.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Request my mother to say a few words.
Hearty congratulations to Vamshi.
Thank you.
I think continue the same passion with which you have worked on this, and I wish you many more success.
Thank you. Two words, Baba, just
It's a remarkable achievement on the part of Vamshi. And the most important thing I found in his presentation skills. I'm really delighted. And I personally congratulate you, Bete, for your wonderful talking experience. And
Thank you.
I give him a good encouraging hand for his wonderful explanation, which he has taken off. And at this age, the way he is trying to communicate and make the things in the right, good frame of mind, I think he's really on the right lines, and a huge achievement on the part of him to take such a wonderful product. And the way the product has been introduced. If you really take the fact of the neat and the clean image which he has created of the roof with the blue tangle has been exceedingly wonderful. And I only pray God that he takes more strengths ahead in terms of our company, the way we have moved forward with all the blessings of all the people here. My late father has been very instrumental in putting us on the right path, in addition to our political future and also on the business world. These are the two major factors in our life, and we are moving forward in terms of the kind of growth Vamshi has done, and we are very proud of him. And please give him a very encouraging factor and a good hand.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you all. Please take your seats. Thank you. So thank you all. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you for all of you to patiently hear my family support me. Thank you. So just coming back to the Atum. So Atum is unlike any other solar panel. There have been many attempts at trying to make a breakthrough product in the solar industry. Luckily for us, we come from a strong roofing background. Our core is roofing. We went into the roofing industry for the last 30 years. Then we ventured out into textile business, which is shelter and clothing. And now we got into something called cement boards, which is basically trying to substitute plywood and gypsum boards. We are looking at products that make sense. We are looking at products that have an impact on the society. Plywood deforestation is a big issue for us today. We are addressing that problem with our V boards, which is a cement board product. Now moving forward, I don't know, I would not like to sit in a metal box. I don't think anybody would want to sit in a metal box. We are looking at today the industry sheds that are coming up, the developments that are happening. Everything is metal. How can you sit in a metal box when it's so hot? That thought really provoked me, and I was really uncomfortable in terms of, would I sit in a building like that? That's what probed me to see how can I use a product, how can I develop a product which is suitable for roofing. We've done several tests, we've done several trials. We looked at various products to make use of our core strength in roofing. Nothing made sense. Everything felt obsolete. We had to come up with something new. So here we came up with Atum. It's a single product. You don't need another roof. I have a small presentation for Atum. We'll just pull that up and then we'll wrap up. So what makes Atum the best solar roofing system in the country? We are first of its kind, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to make a breakthrough in the solar fraternity. Traditionally, we've been using the glass panels. This is a cement board panel. Next, please. So it's a product which is infused with one of our building materials. We've specially developed a building material which is suitable for the roofing industry. Let's compare Atum with the traditional mounted roofing panel. So all of you must be aware with the picture on the right. Can you please go back? Picture on the right. That is how a traditional solar roofing is. There's a roof and there's a panel for solar on top of it. Atom for you here, ladies and gentlemen, is one single roof. The solar panel itself is the roof. This is how the Atom panel looks. This is one of the major questions that I get asked. Is it going to be more expensive? Is it economical? Is it viable? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've managed a way to make Atom at the same cost with that of a traditional roof plus a solar roof. This is, we have done we've done many trials and attempts to come up with a suitable product which fits the price bill. Ultimately, in India, as we all know, we are all price sensitive. We have to look at price when it comes to building materials or anything for that matter. So Atom saves a lot of money, and not only that, we give extra power through the panels that we manufacture. In the sense, because of the Atom, we make 20% higher efficiency because we use the whole roof as the solar, not just portions of the roof. Heat is a very big factor. So when you go to any industry shed or any commercial sheds, it's really hot. If you use a metal sheet, the temperature transformation from outside is really high. In Atom, it's just 0.072. That's the amount of temperature that is transferred from outside to inside. This is a breakthrough in roofing industry, ladies and gentlemen. The weight again. Weight is a big question because the roof is only 12 mm of size. It's 12 mm, 6 feet by 3 feet. 20 kgs per square meter is what the weight we've managed to get for the roofing system, which is even less than a traditional roof, which is with a metal sheet and a solar panel. So life, you ask. Life of our panel is 25 years. You may say that that's the same life of any solar panel. Exactly. The life of our panel depends on the solar, so that's why it's 25 years. The product itself can last for about 50 years. So even if you stop producing power after 25 years, the roof is still good to go for another 25 years. This is another comparison of how Atom scores over the aesthetic appeal of a traditional solar. So ladies and gentlemen, here I am presenting you the Atom. It is a smarter choice to make. We are setting up a new plant in Miryalguda, which is going to be totally with Atom roofing, and this is going to be a 60 megawatt plant which will be up and running within the next 2 months. So thank you all for joining me and for all the support. It really means a lot. I've tried to do something, and I've tried to do something small to create a big impact. I'm really blessed and honored by all the support by all of you. It's really great to have you all. Thank you so much for coming for the presentation. So we have a few demo products that are outside, which shows the live product. I'll be explaining the product. If anybody wants to ask any questions, I'm right here. Please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Earth, the planet we call home. It's been around for 4.5 billion years. Let that sink in for a second. And we've been here for a mere 200,000 years, and our population has erupted to 7 billion people. In that fraction of eternity, we have damaged the planet beyond recognition. right from what we eat to the things we build, to how we commute, to how we live. Which begs the question, have we made our future obsolete? So what is the price to pay for the rampant growth and development? Take a quick look at the facts and figures. At least a dozen species are going extinct every single day. It's the worst spate of species die-offs since the loss of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. The polar ice caps are melting at an alarming rate. The climate across the globe is drastically changing. Natural disasters don't seem to surprise anyone anymore. The ozone layer is depleting. And we're just going about our lives, totally oblivious to the harm we're causing. Our future generations will need a home. And if that home is to be this planet, we need to act now. Our current sources of energy are the chief destroyers of the planet. Our relentless pursuit of coal and crude oil is poisoning the very air we breathe. The land our kids play on is riddled with garbage. The water that we drink and use is getting dirtier by the day. Our dependency on fossil fuels is at the heart of what's dragging us down. The blessing in disguise is that we're running out of petrol and we need to find newer avenues to fuel our energy needs.
Winning the environmental war will require a commitment far beyond any commitment ever made by any society in the history of man. Are we able? Yes. Are we willing? That's the unanswered question.
Luckily for us, it's not too late to realize our mistake and take a step towards a sustainable and cleaner planet Earth. We have at our disposal a source of energy that has been around longer than our planet has. Are we ready to make the smarter choice and energize our future?
The energy sector is facing a paradigm shift. What we need is a viable, sustainable and affordable source of energy. A solution that powers our planet and lights up our lives. Presenting Atum, energized for tomorrow. The Atum Solar Roof is India's most efficient and economically integrated roofing system. So, What makes Atum so revolutionary? To start with, consider your life energized for the next 25 years. Add durability to that longevity. The Atum is so much stronger than it looks. Through harsh sunlight, which it loves, rain, sleet and hail, Atum is completely weather and fire resistant. Whoops! Oh, and it's virtually unbreakable. Now, let's talk energy and efficiency. What makes the Atum so cost-effective and efficient is the way it utilizes the space on offer. This helps in making our integrated roofing solution 20% more efficient than any other solar roofing solution in the market. Also, you're making your roof work for you, which is just so great. Let's see how Atum fares against a traditional roof. Atum drastically cuts down on the dead load of the roof, thereby reducing costs. It also gives you a chance to have a terrace or an extra floor. Atum is extremely thermally efficient, which results in minimum heat transfer inside the building. It costs about the same as a traditional roof plus a solar panel, so you don't spend any extra money and your roof looks elegant and aesthetic. Now you know that the Atum is the best solar roofing system in the market. What do you do with all that energy that the Atum generates for you? Well, that's on you really. You could either send all that power back to the grid, or you could install a battery system to store the power and ensure that you never face a power cut again. And with the Atum app, the control of your power lies in the palm of your hands. So, what's the plan, you ask? Well, we want to make Atum a part of every residential, commercial and industrial complex in the country. It's the smarter choice for both your wallet and the planet. Shift to Atum. It's the brighter idea.